So last night at 9:30 p.m., I was going through the attendees and saw David Lee on the registration. And I was like, hey, do you want to speak tomorrow? And he said yes at 6:20 this morning. So I want to introduce David Lee, who is going to talk to us about the importance of storytelling and how we can use that for our business. Right?
You got it.
That's what you're going to do?
I am. All right.
Thanks, Anisha. Good morning. It was funny the other day, a friend of mine was asking me if I get nervous speaking. And I said, no, I've done it so much I don't. Wrong. Butterflies, stomach in a knot, etc. at 6:20 this morning. But as I was thinking about, okay, what would be helpful for this group to share, I actually found myself thinking about probably the most stressful speaking experience I ever had. I'm sorry? And what it was the first time I was ever invited to do a keynote at an event. I did lots of conference presentations, never a keynote. And so I turned this into a career make or break experience. Do you know how you do that? So maybe it's like you're presenting to senior leadership and you think if I blow it, I'm going to get fired, or you've got this great business idea, you want to pitch it to this venture capitalist, if I blow it, nobody's ever going to listen to me again, etc. That's what I was doing about this. So, on the flight over to, it was in Melbourne, the flight over to Melbourne, I'm obsessing about this talk. Ironically, the talk was on trauma. So I was traumatizing myself, preparing for my trauma talk. Between that and the fact that for the whole flight over, I was sitting next to Typhoid Mary. Remember that was an experience? It was like coughing and sneezing all over you. Between stressing myself out and sitting next to Typhoid Mary, when I arrived in Melbourne, I have a cold. I have her cold. So here's the problem. That, I zoned in like this because of my cold, but I didn't want to take any cold medicine because at a program I had done like 6 months before I got a cold, I took cold medicine, and this is what happened. I said, it's so important to remember nothing. The hard drive crashed. The cold medicine has shut down my brain. So I didn't want to do that. So no cold medicine, and again, I'm counting like this. So as I walk onto stage, big group, and I'm worried. First, I'm stressing myself out about the fact that I sound so obnoxious, but then that fear disappeared because a more pressing concern emerged. No cold medicine, my nose started to run, and I had no Kleenex. And obviously, it's not an option. So about 5 minutes in, there's no turning back. I really need to do something here. So I think, this is a good chance to break them up into small groups and talk about anything. So I come up with some semi-relevant topic, and I dash off stage. I run around the conference center, find a bathroom, get some Kleenex, blow my nose, blow my nose, blow my nose, blow my nose. I can breathe again, stuff Kleenex in my pocket, and I'm ready to go back in. I'm pumped now. I wouldn't have been so pumped about going back in if I knew the whole time I was blowing my nose, my wireless mic. Oh yeah. So as I walk onto the stage, I'm like, oh, I'm back. Having this major round of applause. And I heard Aussies have like a really droll sense of humor, so I thought that's just what was going on until somebody yells out, hey, did you know your mic was on? So it took me a little bit to recover. And by the way, I wondered later, did it really sound that bad? It did. They recorded it. And when I got home and listened to it, of course I was back in 1996, cassette tape days. I played it, and when I get to that part, it's like, oh, it was like this talk of pitching geese flying overhead for like 5 minutes. So that was like the low point of my speaking career. So one of the values of storytelling, one of the reasons why I shared this story with you, is it's a wonderful way to calm your own nerves when you have to speak in front of a group. Because you're not like thinking, okay, what are my 3 key points? You can tell your story, and since you've lived it, it's like an old friend. You're hanging out with your story. So number 1, it calms you down. That's a good thing. It also, when you start off with a story, it helps the audience connect with you as a human being. Also, when you start off with a story, it's way more compelling than if it's just like, you know that Far Side cartoon, blah, 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 ginger, blah, blah, blah. Let me give you share with you a super quick story about storytelling and when it hit me why you want to tell stories when you're talking to a group. Again, whether it's a business person trying to sell your idea to investors or customers or clients, or if you're internally and sell your idea to senior leadership or to all the employees. And I was speaking at a conference, it was about 20 years ago. It was a mind-body medicine conference because I used to teach hypnosis and therapeutic storytelling. So I didn't know about storytelling as a speaking modality. I knew it as a healing modality, a talk to the unconscious mind modality. So one of the other speakers had the joyous experience of speaking right after lunch. So yeah, you got that, you know how fun that is. And this guy was a real icon in the field, and had a really big presence and a big personality. But he was dying on stage. And how many of you have spoken in public doing that one speak? Okay, you know that sickening feeling. It's like, man, you know, they're not connected with me. And even though you're really into your idea, they're clearly not. And that's what was going on, because what he was doing is he was just sort of admonishing the audience and like, this is what's important, this is what's important, this is why it's a great idea. And as I'm listening to him, I'm just like sinking into a coma. It's like, man, you're killing me here. And before I lapse into my coma, I just sort of look around and I see, you know, everybody's like this. And I don't know if he was like, bail out, plan B, or he had this plan. But what happened is he launched into telling a story. And it was amazing because I felt like I rose from the dead. And I could see the audience, the energy just rose because he was connecting with a story. So stories help you connect, help you be a far more interesting, persuasive communicator. And last, one of the coolest things about stories, this is kind of a funny way or a weird way of saying it, but they enable you to say you're crazy in a nice way. And what I mean by that is, have you ever noticed when you try to give people advice, like how well that works, especially as family members, or when you see somebody's going on the wrong track, or let's say you're a business person, you want to challenge a client or a prospect in their thought process, but you know if you go directly at it, what you'll get back is defensiveness or combativeness. Well, stories are a way, it's sort of like when I give my little min pin some medicine, I put it in a blob of peanut butter. How many of you dog owners do that sort of thing? Yeah. Stories are like a blob of peanut butter for your good advice. So that's an example, a cousin of storytelling. That's an example of using an analogy to make your idea more understandable. How many of you know Chip and Dan Heath's Made to Stick? Man, awesome book. Highly recommend it. Made to Stick. And they talk about 6 principles of sticky communication. And one of them is to tell stories. Another is make the abstract concrete. And analogies, cousins of stories, are a way to do that. So, I'm going to wrap up here. Actually, where's Jeff? Is Jeff in here? No. The awesome folks at the Tech Hub, even though Joe's not here, are hosting a How to Tell Better Stories as a Business Person program that I'm going to do, free program on December 11th. So if you check out with the Pasco Bay Tech Hub folks. Also, if you want blog posts, videos, interviews, etc. on being a better storyteller, whether as in the speaking or writing domains, storiesthatchange.com. So they change minds, change hearts, change whole organizations. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I just I taped this or recorded this, and I'll do a blog post about why I told the different stories that I did. And some of the nuances of, so you can use those too. So I am done. Thank you very much.